Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back after a long journey halfway around the world.
That is true.
Uh,
It was like far, far away journey, but it was
so
great.
we just came back from a galaxy far, far away,
Got that right.
which is
Wow.
very fitting, right? And
Yes.
today
It
is,
is.
of course, June 11th.
Yep.
We're broadcasting live from Woodland Hills, California. I'm your host, Eric Walker, and next to me is the sidekick.
Captain Rickster.
And welcome to the All for Sci-Fi weekly webcast, where we review all the latest sci-fi shows, all the latest sci-fi news, everything happening from just not only movies, television shows, to events like we just came back from FedCon in Germany.
Oh, yes.
The week before that, we were at Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. We're covering everything for you guys,
Yes,
and
we are.
we welcome you. If it's the first time you've ever been to our channel, we invite you to please hit the subscribe button below on YouTube or on Facebook, so that you're subscribed to us, you follow us, so you know when we're doing the live podcast.
Yeah.
And we're tired today, but we're doing the best we can.
Very tired.
Let's do the chat. Oh, I'm looking at the chat here, and hopefully everything's going well.
Really?
Someone just showed up, so
Good.
let's give everybody a few seconds to show up.
Yep.
But it was quite an event over at FedCon, and in a few seconds, when we're gonna let some people show up, in a few seconds, we're gonna go ahead and play a video for you. I'm gonna edit more videos together.
Yes.
But this is just a quick 10-minute video that shows the opening of FedCon, so you guys can see what it's like. We're going to stream that live. It's also on our YouTube channel in case you miss this later. And you could always go to YouTube and look at the opening of FedCon, which would be fun. Also wanted to make an announcement. Of course, this is since it came out while we were gone, Trust Yourself. Trust Yourself, the latest CD from myself and ACM, is now available. It's not only CDs, but it's available in all streaming media. I gave away a few CDs. I had some people buy CDs even in Germany. They seem to like our music, which is great, which is always awesome. Mm-hmm. So, Captain Rickster, tell everybody a little bit about how your last week or so went, why I make sure everybody knows we're live now.
Man, last week was busy, tiresome, but it was great, and we had a lot of fun. We did quite a bit of sightseeing while we were there.
Right.
In between things we had to do during the show, which was even better.
Right.
It was crowded. That was for sure.
Well, it was crowded everywhere, wasn't it?
Yes, it was definitely crowded everywhere. Even the last day was crowded, which is kind of surprising.
Right.
But yeah, it was amazing. Lines of people getting autographs and stuff. Even him. The poor guy here, he had a lot of long line for autographs from Germany. He hasn't been there 20 years.
Yeah, it was fun.
So that was definitely the fun part. They had a lot of toys.
You grabbed some toys.
I got some pops and some toys.
Right.
But there was no comic books, which I was kind of surprised. They had a few authors there signing their books and stuff like that. Also, they had a lot of Star Wars Legion clubs out there also.
They did.
Was there also from Europe. But yeah, I bought a couple of pops and somebody had some Hot Wheels. Yeah, they were okay. They were a little bent up. That's why I didn't buy any. But everything that's Star Wars and Star Trek related.
Right.
There also, they have T-shirts. It was great. Unfortunately, they didn't have mine or his size.
Well, they ran out.
They ran out.
Our size is popular there, so they ran out.
Really popular there in that country. But it is not. People there are nice.
Very nice people. Yes.
They're easy to talk to.
It's true.
But you get to talk to them.
Right.
In fact, I met this nice girl. I couldn't believe she was 18 years old. About fell over when she said she was 18. I thought she was younger. But she was working at the hotel that you were staying at. She was one of those hat girl.
Hey, Sham's here. Hey, Sham, how are you?
How you doing?
Our day is going good. Thank you, Sham. We're talking about our trip to Germany.
Well, I am.
Well, you are.
Now he's going to talk about it.
Yeah, but our day's going great. And later today, I'm going to be on Shaman's show later today at 3:00. So join us there. It's let me see what the name of it is, so I give you guys Today in Pixar History. So join Shaman and me soon on Today in Pixar History. Mike's here. Hey, Mike.
Oh, Mike.
How you doing? I know we went on a little early today because we're tired, and I'm going to be. My day's going great, and We went on a little early because I'm going to be doing Shaman Show today in Pixar History here at 3 o'clock. But glad you joined us, Mike. We're back from Germany.
Yes, we are.
So
tired as ever, but we're back.
And we had a great time, guys. One of the things I'm proud of that they did this for me, but I'm kind of sad, Captain Richard. I was telling you.
Yes, I know you were.
Not one American, whether it's 501st in America, not one 501st, not one Rebel Legion, nobody has ever given me an honorary membership, even though I'm the original Mace.
Right.
No one in America. The first time I go to Germany, I'm now an honorary member of the Rebel Legion.
That's right. Which is cool.
So now I'm part of the Rebel Legion in Germany. But no one in America did that. So take notice. The German Rebel Legion, first time I went there, they made me an honorary member. Take notice. I'm not trying to make you guys mad here, but you guys, it just made me sad that I had to go to Germany to get this.
Hopefully we'll get one in London, too.
I don't know. I think at one time there was a 501st in New Mexico that was going to do it, and then they didn't have enough time, or they didn't come back.
They never came back.
So anyway, that's okay.
That's right.
But that was good. I'm happy about that.
Yes.
So excited about that. Excited about our new album that just came out and dropped. So hopefully you've had a chance to listen to it, because I know, Mike, you like our music. So hopefully you could spread the word on our music. So let's go ahead and play a quick, before we get into today's show. Today we're going to review 2 episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds that we missed. So we're going to review that. And we're also going to do 2 episodes, 1 episode of Miss Marvel, the new streaming show on Disney Plus, and also we got to talk about Kenobi, the latest couple episodes of Kenobi. So we got a lot to talk about today, but we wanted to share with you this quick 10-minute clip of FedCon. Hope you guys enjoy it. Take a look at this quick 10-minute clip, and we'll be right back, and we'll get right into our show. We got a lot to talk about today. Here we go. Hello, FedCon. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for having me. Hope you had memories with Caravan of Courage, and I've been visiting.
Not only from Star Wars, but Indiana Jones and James Bond and Game of Thrones, Harry Potter. So please give a big round of applause for Julie Glover.
And next we have from Star Wars, Michael Carter.
From Star Wars to Star Trek, from Star Trek Discovery, Ian Alexander.
Hi everyone, it's Germany. Happy Pride Month. Next we have some Star Trek, well, all the Star Treks. Vaughn Armstrong.
You're coming tonight.
I had fun with you 15 years or so, or whatever it was. I had fun with you this afternoon. I'm going to have fun with you all weekend. Thank you so much for having me here. on suicide.
Also from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Na 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 na
best shoes tonight. So good. Please welcome from Star Trek Picard.
How are we, FedCon? Ready for a good weekend? We can do better than that, come on! This is my first time in Europe. I'm so happy it's here. Thank you so much for having me. Let's give me a round of applause. Go.
The beautiful Michelle.
Star Trek, the next generation, etc., etc., etc. Please welcome Brent Spiner. Give me some, please. Some, please.
Right there. First time it's funny, second time it's not. 10th time it's funny again. Is that the first time or the 10th time? Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here again. Who's on the side? No, I need to see you. Alone. Okay. Anyway, I was going to tell you a really good story. Actually, I did tell you a really good story. So happy to be here again. I've been coming for years, as you know. I've been here many, many times. First time I was here was years years ago, I actually went into Bonn, went to Beethoven's house. He showed me around. All right. I'll see you soon. I'll be right back.
By the way, we forgot to mention that unfortunately Luna, Mario, and Annie Mershey won't be here this weekend, but our next guest is here. Jonathan French!
I love that song. They still got it. Good time now. On Sunday, you don't want to miss this breakfast with Brent and Johnny. Our guests this year at FedCon, Michelle Shoes and Anna Shoes. Thank you very much. It's great to be back.
Hey guys. Yes, that was FedCon, which is great.
Yes, it was.
Little fun thing on FedCon there. Trying to get used to this again and figuring this out. But it was a fun event, so I don't know why that's still showing that up there, but maybe I could remove it. There we go. But yeah, FedCon was wonderful. Hope you guys enjoyed the quick little clip. That was just the opening of FedCon. We're going to be editing some videos together, maybe a little bit shorter, what it was like to be there. As I mentioned earlier, I got this honor. They made me an honorary member of the Rebel Legion. Can't speak.
As usual.
Not as usual. I have an excuse today.
That's true. That's
Right?
True, yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
true. I'd wait to see the ending of the show. You think the beginning was funny? I just wait till the end of the show.
Right.
That's even funnier.
Hey, Dante's here.
All right, Dante.
Hey, Dante. Glad you guys
Oh,
joined
yes.
us. That's it. So that was fun. And Darth is here. Hey, Darth.
Hey, Darth.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, by the way, Darth, for that. Yeah, that was great. Had a great time.
Grand Marshal of what?
He's talking about Oktoberfest, I believe. Do you want to read the whole thing? Here, let me bring it up. Hey, fellas, congratulations. You were named the Oktoberfest. That's funny. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, really.
No, but it was a little tiring. I don't recommend doing multiple countries and over a couple days.
Or a
'Cause
couple
after-
weeks.
Yeah, not a couple weeks.
Well,
is fine.
he did 2 weeks.
No, this is what we did. we were over in Germany doing the show for half the time.
Yeah.
And then I tried to go, stupid me, I tried to go to 3 countries in 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Don't recommend it, because after that was over, we took a train to Paris, France.
Yep.
My wife and I, Captain Rickster stayed because he came home earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife and I knew we went to Paris, France, and then we went to Rome, Italy, and then we went back to Germany and came back here. So, and that was over the next 3 or 4 days, 3 different countries. I'm not 20 years old anymore. I hate to say it because in my mind I'm 20.
Yeah.
But my body isn't, so I don't recommend that. So next time we'll just go to one country and that's it. And guess what? This Wiki. Hey everybody, I'm Wiki. Woo! Yeah! Woo! I'm Wiki. Yeah! Be-woke. I took pictures of Wiki at the Eiffel Tower, and I took pictures of him in Rome. So Wiki now he came from Endor. Now he lives with me in Woodland Hills, and now he's been to Paris, France, Germany, and Rome, Italy. So he's the most traveled Ewok in the world. Yeah! Oh yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Okay, that's enough. He gets excited, Wiki. I call him Wiki instead of Wicked. So, but yeah, it definitely was nuts. It was definitely nuts. Yes, I said that to you the other day on when we were talking on the chat. So I won't do that
It
again.
was definitely nuts, all right,
And
it's bad enough just go to one country and come back. It's trying to do 2 more and the third one and come back this way.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-uh.
And while we were gone, lots of stuff happened. We had 2 episodes of Kenobi.
Yep.
Now we've had 4 or 5. Is it 4 total?
4
Four of them are done total. We had 2 episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
Change New World, I almost said.
Yeah, you did say Change New Worlds.
Okay, and we had the first episode of Miss Marvel, which surprised me how good that show is.
Yeah, it is.
I was happy with Mrs. Marvel.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about all of that today. So let's go ahead and get started. By the way, here's my newest instrument. Okay.
That's good
I
enough.
was supposed to play that on my live show, but it got delivered late. So it didn't join me on Celebration. And we had Celebration a week before, which went really well, by the way.
That was excellent.
But we don't have much time because we got a lot to talk about. And coming up, Captain Rickster, what we have just came out Friday, yesterday.
Yesterday it was Jurassic New World. Or Jurassic World.
World Dominion.
Yeah, World Dominion.
I shouldn't have had you say it.
Well, this is Jurassic Park.
Well, no, it's not. It's Jurassic World. Jurassic Park is the one before this.
Originally, that's originally.
But
It's Jurassic World Domination.
Yeah, that's the latest one. And it's not sci-fi, but Top Gun came out.
Really
Maverick, and everybody's
raving
about that one. So I can't wait to see that, even though it's not related to what we're doing. And on top of that, we've had a busy. The new CD, Trust Yourself, is available. So hopefully you guys. And yes, I remember you got a signed copy of it from me at Boon to Eat.
Yes, you did.
I remember that as well, Mike. So sorry, I'm tired, jet lag. That's my excuse this week, at least.
Yeah, we'll see that next week.
But let's talk about a couple things we missed. Okay. What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with Star Trek?
Let's start with Star Trek because it's some exciting stuff there in Star Trek.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds
Oh yes.
is by far the best Trek I have seen in many decades. Many decades.
Yep.
This show, above all, I'm not putting down Picard or Discovery. I love all those shows too. They got at first I didn't like them, and then they got better as the seasons went along. But Strange New World is the closest I've seen to Gene Roddenberry's vision of Star Trek. About to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one's gone before. This is what Strange New World is about. Mm-hmm. The music is exciting to listen to. The special effects, top-notch. Acting, spectacular. Everything, every episode. And the 2 that we didn't talk about, we're going to talk about today, episode 5, which is called Spock Amok.
Yep.
And episode 6, which has a long title. It's called Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach.
Right.
Which is an interesting title because that title kind of worked itself into the show. Near the end of the show, you see why they named it that. Because Captain Pike was pretty upset at the end.
Yes, he was.
So let's go ahead and start off with Spock Amok. At All for Sci-Fi, as you know, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars, 5 stars being the best. If it's 3 stars or less, we don't recommend you stream it or go watch it if it's in the movie theaters. This is, of course, this Strange New World is on Paramount Plus network, and I believe CBS, right?
CBS
streaming as
streaming.
well. So the official All for Sci-Fi rating of Spock Amok, I'm gonna give it 4.75 stars. It's not quite 5 stars, but it's really good show. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm gonna get my teeth knocked out. I'm gonna give it the same.
He's agreeing with me again. Oh, it's up there. He's agreeing with me again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He got hit again. Boy, we're a violent show. Whoa. No, we're not. We just like to have fun with each
My
other.
poor jaw. Let me see my teeth.
The Dark One's here. Hello, Dark One. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
General Dark One, you're the bold one. Yeah. It definitely was very good. And Mike says Star Trek this is some of the best Trek he's seen as well.
It brings me back to the 60s when the original one came out in 66, before Captain Pike. This is actually a pre-Star Trek, before the actual Star Trek came out in the 60s.
And the acting's so good, you're starting to really love the characters. Right? You have a vested interest. Some of the new characters, the guys, the females and the males, are doing such a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Nurse Chapel, who was Major Roddenberry, Gene's wife originally, and so they had some of these new characters. They're not new, but some of them are new, but some of them are also like Ensign Uhura, later became Lieutenant Uhura, and the original Star Trek.
Yeah, communications officer.
Right. So but all of them, you have empathy for them, and the characters are great. I mean, I'm excited to watch it. I can't wait until next week's episode, which we're going to talk about here in a second, and then the week after that, which we haven't seen. Say that again with a mouthful.
What I like about Spock is that he sounds like Leonard Nimoy.
Oh, he's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job sounding exactly like him.
He's doing a great job. I'm sure Leonard Nimoy would be very happy.
Oh, yes.
But Leonard Nimoy, Gene Roddenberry's son, Eugene Roddenberry, is one of the executive producers on this show, I noticed. And maybe that's helping Trek a little bit to have the son be involved. But on this one, he's trying to, Spock has, we're going to get started, spoilers. This episode's more than a week old, but here we go. So at the very beginning of the episode, Spock is having dreams like he's getting married, and then when he gets to get married, his wife looks at his ears and says, "You're human. I don't want to get married with a human." And then he has to, interesting enough, he has to fight. And then she calls for this Vulcan thing where he has to fight another person, but then he's in it. The person she chooses is Spock, but the Vulcan Spock. So it's two Spocks, the Earth and the Vulcan one, fighting each other, which is kind of interesting.
It is interesting, yeah. And of course, the Vulcan Spock wins.
Well, Vulcans are stronger.
Actually, he woke up before he got killed.
Yeah, he woke up right as he was killing the human one. But it's and then it's about their whole relationship, and they do this Vulcan ritual, but they accidentally switch bodies. So then they. Yeah, right. So
which is really funny.
It is funny.
A lady playing a man playing a lady.
Well, it's been done before in movies.
It's been before in movies, but in TV show, not so much.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely funny.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, T'Pring. Yeah, is Spock's wife.
Right.
But yeah, I mean all the acting all the way through it, and then later, they have to help each other, save each other's missions, basically, and that was great. I mean,
was good too. Yeah.
And then Captain Pike figures out at the end that that they're trying to get this new people to join the Federation. At first, it's not working. Then they want Spock, which is really T'Pring has to help him.
Yep.
And then she ends up making it not work as well. And then at the end, Captain Pike figures it out and kind of does something that because the way they express themselves and they liked it. So, and beautiful shot that they brought that old ship that had the sails on it, and that was a gorgeous. And then in between, they had the storyline with the security officer and the other number one. They were trying to figure out what the ensigns were doing with the Enterprise bingo thing. That was great. And then
that was funny, especially when they shot each other on stun.
Well, yeah, the one got the security officer stunned her. But
that was funny.
Guys, I mean, Strange New Worlds is a great show. I mean, what a great show. But
yeah,
that
he
then
hasn't watched it all yet. I've watched all.
no, I
7
watched it
episodes.
all. No, I watched it all. I watched them today. I watched the second one in the office with you. I watched the first one this morning, but I did catch all of them. She's talking about horrible spelling with Tracy Thompson's book, My Journey to Endor's End. I haven't read it yet on that book, but yeah, I'll let you guys know about it. I haven't had a chance to read it. I did skim it. Captain Richter was reading it.
I read the whole thing.
She's, was it spelling horrible in it, or maybe you
No,
just
not
didn't know?
really.
Well, I mean, anybody that's an English teacher might
Well,
sometimes
yeah.
that's what you need editors for, right?
Well, they had an editor who
Did
edited
they?
it. Yeah.
And there was still horrible spelling
Yes,
in it.
I guess so, according to this guy.
Well, sometimes there are. I don't know. I'm not.
Huh?
Yeah.
I
Captain
loved it.
Richter loved it.
That's great. It's a great book.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a lot of challenges in his life, Kevin Thompson. So
Oh, yes.
I did find it weird, and I'm going to ask Kevin about this, and maybe he could when he does the revisions, maybe he could talk about his role in the Ewok movies more, because from what I understand, Captain Richter told me he didn't even talk about Caravan of Courage in the Ewok movies, but a little blurb about it, and which is kind of ironic because he was an extra in Return of the Jedi. He was a stunt person and kind of an extra.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even really credited, I think, until the end credits for stunts or something like
Yeah.
that. But in Caravan of Courage, the Ewok movie, he played Chukatron, which he had a starring role in that movie. And according to you, he didn't even talk about Chukatron,
No.
which I kind of find.
The only thing he said about Chukatron and it's my death scene when I died and had my axe to Mace.
Right, and some about did he mention about how Amanda Lucas cried or something?
No, not
Really?
this one. No,
'Cause,
Warren
yeah,
did, but not this one.
Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was kind of surprised. I know Star Wars Return of the Jedi was a much bigger film than Caravan of Courage was only on television. But overseas, he has a big fan base. He has millions of fans here and
It's
lot
just
overseas.
Too bad it's only 2 paragraphs. Short paragraphs.
I don't know, if it was me, I would talk about my starring role more. But I do. That's okay.
Yeah.
But it's a good book, though, right?
Yeah, very good book.
Okay.
It's very enjoyable. It's definitely a page.
I
turner.
have it. I just need to read it. I didn't have a chance yet because we've been busy.
He wrote in mine says that you're part of the Ewok family.
That's nice. That's cool.
I love it.
That's
That was
awesome.
Great.
Okay, let's go on to the second, the other episode,
Yeah.
which is episode 6 of Strange New Worlds. It's called "Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach," which is a powerful, powerful title.
Oh yeah.
And you don't really understand why they called it that until the end of the episode.
End of the show.
But let's go ahead and give it the official rating. At All for Sci-Fi, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars, as you know. 3 stars, we don't recommend it. Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach gets an official All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.85 stars. What do you give it, Captain Richter?
I'm gonna give it a little less. I'm gonna give it an 8.0. I didn't like as much as I liked the last.
Okay. Well, you don't have to agree with me. You're entitled to your own opinion. We all have noses, right?
Do I?
It's a better way to say it.
Do I have it?
You can't breathe if you don't have a nose, right?
Well, you can still breathe.
Can you? Oh, through the mouth. That's
Through the
true.
mouth, yeah. Think about talking.
Oh, look it! Someone said something. Captain Richter, the one with the knowledge. Wow, that's
That's unusual.
yeah, that's unusual.
Knowledge-
Stick around a little longer, Dark One. You'll see he's not the one with the knowledge. He's just the goofball.
Yeah, he's gonna get the knowledge.
But that's cool. That's nice. He said that.
Yeah, I
about
know.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah. Oh, he's planning other volumes. This one focused on the first book as well. Yeah, Kevin's had a lot of different. I don't want to change subjects too much, but Kevin's had a lot of experience, so maybe so. So hopefully he'll talk more about his other starring roles. But yeah, Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach. I like this episode. I liked it a little bit more than the one before, but you like the other one
I
better.
like it better. Yeah.
But it is it started off where they go this spaceship is firing on them, and like they're not doing any damage at all because it's like the little guy, like even Captain Pike mentions, like the dog barking louder or whatever.
Yeah.
So and they accidentally almost like destroy the ship, and they have to beam them over, and they find out it's someone Captain Pike knows.
Yeah.
Who he rescued. We find out later in the episode. So,
And back then he was Lieutenant Pike.
she called him Lieutenant Pike
Yeah,
at the beginning of the
You
episode.
go, huh?
Yeah. So, and it's that intriguingly that they had a relationship or something going on, and then later they have one, and they're trying to protect this. It's like the emissary,
Right.
you know. Yeah, it was very, very dark for Star Trek. The last,
It was.
Blue.
It
Hey,
definitely
Blue
was.
Harvest Toys is here.
Hey,
Yeah, it was.
Blue Harvest.
It is very dark.
Dark,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and it got very dark. It got very
Even
dramatic
darker.
near the end.
Yeah.
What went on with the person that gives their life or whatever to save them? It's like they must ascend. The emissary must ascend, and they've had a few other Trek episodes like
Yeah,
this,
they have.
which is okay. I don't think it's centered around children though.
No,
doing
this is
that.
centered around children.
Or them, you know who might know? Mike, you might know if they had which other Trek episodes, or maybe you too, Blue Harvest Toys. Maybe you know. It seems to me there was another. It might have been in the Next Generation, or seems to me there was another episode that was very similar to this, but I don't know if it's centered around a kid though.
I know a couple of them in the original Star Trek had a couple of them that just dealt with kids.
Yeah.
But not what they hook up to a machine.
Yeah, it's like
And
they're like they're
drain
sucking
their
their life until the next
Change the
one.
life force.
And that really upset Captain Pike. He said he's not even going to recommend them getting into the Federation now, even if they wanted.
Stuff.
Do not blame you, Captain
No, I
Pike.
don't either.
So, but other than that, I mean, I think the episodes. I mean, again, this is some of the best Trek we've had in since the Next Generation, or at least since Voyager.
Oh, I would say since Star Trek itself.
Well, I won't go that
That's
far.
my opinion.
Right. Oh, Blue Harvest Toy says he thinks that's Stargate. Yeah, maybe it was Stargate.
Could have been Stargate, yeah.
I'm confusing it. Sorry, guys. It's the jet lag. I'm going to blame it on the jet lag. Just coming back yesterday from Germany.
What are you playing the rest of the time?
I don't know. I'll find something.
I know you will. Trust me, you'll find
That's funny.
something. Put
Yeah.
blame it on me.
It definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't go back. I don't think Voyager was as good as this one, but since Next Generation, I'm going to give this one high marks so far. I really love it. I love all the characters. I love Ortegas. I love the version of Nurse Chapel.
Oh yeah.
I love, even number one in this one, which is Rebecca Romaine Stamos, or
I like Spock.
Spock.
I
I
like
love Spock.
not Lieutenant, but the instant. Can't think of her name.
Oh, he agrees with you. He says he agrees with Captain Richard. It's the best Trek since the original.
Star Trek.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's definitely good.
Woo, thank you. Mike.
I'm excited because I can't wait to see the next episode every week.
Oh, me too.
Does anybody know how many episodes this Star Trek is known for having more episodes? They don't try to cheat us and give us 8 or 6 episodes. Like
I think it's 12.
I hope so, because I'm enjoying this show, and I've heard that Andor, which is coming out, has 12 episodes. So it'd be the first time a Star Wars TV series had more episodes. Finally, take note, Star Wars. We need more episodes and more content. That'd be great. So, okay, that's enough about that. Let's move on to the next one so we can keep moving forward, because we got 12 Blue Harvest Toys. I believe it.
Oh yeah.
I'm beginning to like Pike over Kirk. Yeah, this Pike I really like. I'm liking him as well.
But Kirk only showed up in the first episode. I haven't seen Kirk.
It's
since
not
then.
that. It's not that Kirk. This was
Well,
like
that's his brother.
was it his brother or cousin or something?
I think it's his brother.
I don't know. Someone said earlier who it is, but it's not our Kirk. Ours is James Tiberius Kirk. This one's like Samuel Kirk or something like
Samuel
that.
Kirk,
Some relation to the original Kirk, but it's not the original. We talked about that.
Maybe the original Kirk will show up.
I don't know.
Depends how many seasons they do.
He'd be young for sure.
Oh, he'd definitely be young. Yeah.
I don't know how young, but they'd have to look back into it. Let's jump on to Mrs. Marvel.
Ooh.
Let's talk about that.
Ms.
Let's do it
Marvel.
properly. Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel. And since this is about comic books,
Of course.
this is follows Kamala Khan, and it's being played by Iman Vellani.
Yep.
Valahi, or however you pronounce it. But I was surprised. I thought it was
Very
good. I thought, I didn't expect it, but it was. I mean, it's not something I would want to watch more than once, but it's a good kids show.
It is a good kid show. It's a good teenager
So
show.
if Jimmy's watching us, it's a great kids show. Have your daughters watch it.
What's nice, though, she got interviewed by Channel 11 News,
Right.
and she said what helped her in this character was the comic book she read when she was in high school.
Well, yeah. I mean, she dreamed of playing this character.
She dreamed of
which
it,
is
and
great.
she got that character.
Right.
So she had read the very first not Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel.
Right.
She read the very first series, and then she went on through and did, I think, 3 series of Ms. Marvel.
Right.
I think there's 5 out there now, but she said she got her ideas of playing Ms. Marvel through the comic books.
Well, she's doing a great job. I definitely let's go ahead and give it its official rating. It is the first episode. I try not to give things too high in the beginning because I want to save it for later in case they have a spectacular episode.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Mike said it's his brother, so
Right.
you were right. Yay! He's been right all day today. Who would have thought that? Okay, so the official all for sci-fi rating of official all for sci-fi rating of Ms. Marvel. I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. Let's start off with that. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
Well, I'm gonna give it the same. 4.5 is good. It's not bad. It's not excellent, but it's not slow. It's right there in the in between, right there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of being just a perfect little series.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure
it's not
gonna
gonna
get it's gonna get higher as it goes.
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure.
I don't think it's going to be a show for everybody. I think it's geared more for kids. We're reviewing it because it's a Marvel show and we review sci-fi and fantasy related stuff. Otherwise, I might not even review it. And that's my opinion. I like it though. I think it's good for kids.
Yeah, it's good for kids. But it's also good for teenagers too.
Yeah.
It's about Ms. Marvel as a teenager.
Right.
It's not Ms. Marvel as an adult.
That's true. Yeah, it's definitely for kids for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Blue Harvest Toys is talking about if it didn't have Marvel in its title, he probably won't watch it. He doesn't think it's made for him. I think it's well made.
It's well made so far.
If you have any, I don't know if you have any kids or not. Blue Harvest Toys, it's great for any kids you have. They should watch it because there was a couple learning lessons in there for kids that. You know how peer pressure is and stuff like that. It's a good show for kids to watch. That's the only reason, and the only reason why we're reviewing it is because it has the Marvel title in it and it's part of Marvel. Let's not spend too much time on this. We agreed, so you don't have to get hit. Bam, bam. One more time, bam. Did that hurt?
He loves violence. Oh my God. Oh my teeth. Oh, poor teeth.
But let's
cut me loose.
But let's talk about what we all want to talk about, and that's the Kenobi. Oh, he says his son is 27. He don't want to watch. It's not for him, that's for sure. But if you have any grandkids or you have any nieces or nephews that are younger, or cousins way down the line that are younger, tell them to watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. The boys, I haven't watched The Boys. We'll have to talk about that. Maybe we could watch it and talk about it on a future episode. We got a lot of stuff we got to talk about.
I know.
I've been saying this like a broken record all year long, but it's the golden age of sci-fi and fantasy related shows.
Yes,
we're not even talking about Jurassic World Dominion, which came out this week. We'll talk about that next week. It's a movie. We got lots to talk about each week. So thank you for your punch sign.
Oh yes,
Mike. But let's jump into what we all love and we all hold so dear. Kenobi. This is the Bad Batch, though. Can't wait till season 2 of that comes out.
Oh yes, that's actually coming out
soon. No, it's coming out
in this year.
No, I don't know if it's in. I think it was. I don't remember when it was, but they announced it on Celebration. So don't say it's next year. It's this year for sure.
Something I know.
I think it's in August. No, Andor's in August. But I think it's in the fall that the Bad Batch comes out.
Something's coming out.
I don't think something's coming. No. The next Star Wars thing, other than Kenobi, is Andor, and it's in August, I believe.
You think it's the Bad Batch?
You need to go back and look, so you're not saying something you don't know. Okay, so he's talking about watching. Let's talk about the last couple episodes of Kenobi. let's talk about that episode 3, which we already saw at the end of episode 2. We saw for a brief second Hayden Christensen come back as Darth Vader.
Yep.
But even Kenobi's pretty dark. You want to talk about dark? I think Kenobi's pretty dark.
That's true.
Eric had the Mace Tawani face of disbelief, laugh out loud. The Boys is what? Is not due, kids? I don't know what The Boys is, actually.
It's
What is The Boys?
kind of like a superhero thing.
Okay, I'll have to look at it.
I saw some of the new previews coming up for the new season. It looks like they have supernatural powers.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's watch it then. Let's put it on our list since they're bringing it up. Hey, you guys, this is your show. So if you guys want us to review stuff, thank you for bringing it up. If
Yeah, really.
we're not doing it already, we'll do it for you. We will watch it now that you guys brought it up. But Kenobi, I was so
Impressive.
the dark one. I have 3 kids under the age of 6. Okay.
Oh, cool.
All right. Well, then they can watch the going back to Ms. Marvel. That would be a good show for them.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
So
Not The Boys though.
let's talk about wow, that episode 3.
That was a good episode.
A good episode. It was a little dark. It's continuing its mission where he's trying to help the young Leia out. They go to where the rendezvous point was, and then the person isn't there. And then they end up going, they get caught, and they're trying to fight off everything. Then one of the lieutenants that Sarah was on their side, so tries to help them escape. And too much is going on. Yeah, there's too much. It is dark. It's darker than I thought it would be, Kenobi. I'm okay with it. I think, and we all got the question that we all wanted to have answered when. When we see Darth Vader, is it going to be James Earl Jones' voice? And it is.
Yeah.
It was not Hayden Christensen's voice. It was definitely James, and you saw it on the credits anyway.
Yeah.
But they held that pretty tight to their vest. Everybody kept wondering if James Earl, and who, he's still alive, so of course he needs to do the voice.
Of course.
And Hayden Christensen is doing a good job portraying.
He's got to be up there in age.
Well, James Earl Jones, yeah. I mean, he's got to be in his 80s. Mid or late 80s, or maybe even
like
90.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, gotta be up there.
Hey, it's I don't think Kenobi looks that cheap. If you go back and look at the episode before this, when he was trying all that special, when he was in the city and he was trying to find Leia,
Right.
those special effects are expensive as hell that they were doing with the planet and the city and stuff like that. Yes, this last episode where they were in the desert area, that was, they saved some money on special effects on that episode.
Definitely, on that one they did.
In my opinion, I don't think it looks cheap. I think that they tried to save a little bit on money on a few of it. But the way Vader is being portrayed in this is the way we thought Vader was the entire time.
Yeah,
Ruthless. Even when the lady who is what they call her? Is it the third sister?
Third sister.
I'm tired, guys. Sorry. When he grabbed her and had her up in the air and was choking her, that was pretty dramatic. I think that was that in the last episode, or was it?
Episode.
I'm jumping an episode, but it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it looks great.
The other two can't stand the third one. Third sister.
Right, and that brother, the other one's called a brother too, like a third sister.
Third sister,
great, yeah. I think, and I think she's doing a very good job playing that role. She's trying too hard to be ruthless like Vader.
Yeah.
Which is what a little person underneath you would do. They would try to get your attention and try to think they want to look up to you. And it's obvious she looks up to Vader. And in the very first episode, I think she was one of those children that they captured.
They were.
Yeah, I think she was. So,
and turned her to the dark side.
Yeah. So, and it would be great. Someone said, Blue Harvest Toy said, we need more Anakin. Yes, I think if we could somehow have some flashbacks, some more Anakin outside the costume, that would be great. We got to see Vader's castle again on Mustafar. Yeah. That's great. Really enjoying it overall. Let's give a rating for the third episode of Kenobi. As you know, it's 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best. 3, forget it. The third episode of Kenobi, I'm going to give it 4.50 stars. What do you give it?
I give 4.55 stars.
Ooh, a little bit higher than mine.
It's a little bit higher.
Right.
Well, Earl J. Ron was born in 1921, I think it says.
Yeah, you don't have to read all the comments.
Oh, I was just, looking at it.
Oh, he's talking about James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
1931 would make him
31, yeah.
91 years old. Yep.
Yeah, 91, yeah.
Yeah. So he is up there in age.
Yeah. He's got that.
I knew Mike would know.
Yeah. He's got that.
Our encyclopedia, Mike.
He's got that extinguished voice when he talks.
You think so? You think James Earl Jones has a distinct voice?
Oh, yes, he does.
Wow.
That's all right.
It's the funniest thing I heard you say all day, Captain Trickster.
Not half the stuff you do. That's all right.
Oh, Dante gives it 4.75. He liked it.
Oh, good.
You know what? I think maybe it does deserve higher. I think I'm going to change my rating. I'm going to move it up to 4.75 stars.
I'm going to move mine to 4.80.
You just trying to one up me or something
That's
today?
all the time. Well, you wait.
But you know what? Sorry. As you just found out in Germany, you cannot one up me. Okay. Anyway, nice
Go
try.
home.
You can't. Sorry. We're two different people. You should stick with comic books and comic T-shirts.
I do.
Leave the acting to me
Oh, that's not.
and the music.
Well, okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Is acting?
Yeah. You wish, buddy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got out. But anyway.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have got in. No one would have hired you.
Well, I don't
So,
wait about that part.
yeah. Okay, so they have DH'd his voice. Oh, really? They did that? I didn't hear about that. Interesting.
Did what?
They DH'd James Earl Jones' voice. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, because the reason why I wanted to up it, because we're going to talk about the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because the next episode is not, it was good too, but I don't think it was as good
That's no 3.
as 3. Because it was great to see them fight again.
Mm-hmm.
And Vader, he was going to, I think he would have killed
Yeah,
Kenobi if it wasn't for that lady, Lieutenant Lady,
started shooting everybody.
who was a spy. If she wasn't, that spy wasn't there helping him.
Mm-hmm.
Who we find out in the next episode what really happened, why they had that fortress on that water moon, which I thought was interesting. They have this other fortress on a water moon. Kenobi discovers in the next episode why. But let's move to that. Let's go to episode 4 of Kenobi, and let's give the rating right away for that before we talk about it. That one I wouldn't give it as high as a rating, so I'm going to move the last episode gets 4.75 stars. Episode 3, episode 4, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. I'm going to lower it a little bit. What do you give it? 4.55?
I'll agree with you on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want some more violence?
I don't think like you said. I don't think it's as good as the episode 3.
I thought that some of the acting that I'm starting to really care about characters, and we saw, was it that episode? Correct me. I have not had time to really review all the stuff, so forgive me, guys. I'm really tired. But wasn't Dr. Aphra in that episode?
Yeah.
This last episode,
It
which
was.
we'd all been
Right.
waiting to see.
Yes.
Oh, what a great episode.
Yes, it was.
Let me check it out, Captain Richter. So talk about that episode where they go to the fortress and what Kenobi finds.
Well, he goes to the fortress. They're trying to find a way to get in. So the spy gets in and looks for the girl. And he swims. Well, actually, not for the girl. She goes to radio contact where they can talk back and forth to each other. And he was swimming under, and he found a hole where he can get in and go up in there. And then he takes out one guard, and so he could start moving around. And then he had to watch out for the what's that droid that goes flying around there?
The probe droid,
Yeah, probe droid.
Yeah.
And he had to avoid that one.
which I have some behind me over
Yeah.
here.
And then he went down and he closed his door, and that droid looks inside, couldn't find anything. So he heard some stormtroopers coming. So he got up and he had to hide while the spy was dealing with a commander and either killed him or knocked him out or whatever. and then their contract is squeaked, and then they go, "Oh, do you hear that noise?" They turned around and looked and drew their weapons and stuff, and they couldn't find anything. But he makes the noise on the other side of the door,
Right.
and they all go, and he goes to find out what he's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
He finds Vader's Inquisitor shop where they torture people, stuff like that.
Well, the what came out of this whole thing was a tomb for all the Jedis that they found and killed.
Yeah.
So he was going by and looking at all the Jedis that they killed, and they're making tombs for them, which is disgusting. You thought Vader was like this horrible demon. He's really turning out to be one of the worst. He was horrible. Like he's hunting down all the Jedi, and they're showing all this. They're going places. This is darker than I thought I would ever see Star Wars. And it's interesting. And after that last couple episodes, I think Deborah Chow is one of the best Star Wars directors since Irwin Kershner. And I'm going to say that right now. I think since Empire Strikes Back, she is one of the best directors to ever direct Star Wars. Oh, yeah. Way better than, and I'm not trying to put any other directors down. I just, hands down, Deborah Chow, you're doing a fantastic job so far. So, and Dark One gives it 4.80. Well, you're the dark one, yeah. So you like stuff like that. So, and it's okay to be the dark side. Speaking of that, I'm looking at a probe droid right above me. It's right there. See it?
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, those things. Ooh, that was going after them, and he's like, "Wow, how he was fighting off." And you know how you play Jedi Fallen Order, and Cal Kestis is using the lightsaber to kill stormtroopers. Obi-Wan Kenobi was doing it like bam, and it was hitting them, bam, bam. It was like hitting the lightsaber and going back and hitting the stormtrooper. I felt like I was playing the Jedi Fallen Order when I was watching the last episode. It was so cool.
Like how he killed that droid behind him.
And then he used the Force to hold the water together so it wouldn't breach.
Yeah.
What's some great ideas on this episode, guys? Wow. This thing,
He killed all the troopers that were in there.
Yeah, all of them. You see them floating in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. This, and you care about these characters. At first, I was worried they were spending too much time with young Leia.
Yeah, but, the concern over her, too, trying to get her back.
But let me tell you one of the things I wanted to talk about when we review Kenobi. And this is my big concern, guys, that they're changing Star Wars a little. I like what they're doing, but I think that they're changing Star Wars canon too much. And you could correct me, Mike, if you want, because you know more about Star Wars than anybody. But if you go back to Star Wars: A New Hope, right? Right. And Leia sends the message through the R2D2. You fought with my father in the Clone Wars. Right. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Yeah. Remember, she said that, right?
She said that, yeah.
But it didn't seem like she knew Obi-Wan Kenobi very well by the type of message she left him.
Right.
So what's going on here, guys? Why does, are they rewriting? And I've said this first, and if anybody's never said this, we're saying it all for sci-fi. So I want to start a thing about a hashtag, is Kenobi canon to the original Star Wars? Because it seems to me like they're taking too much license. They shouldn't have done it that as much as they're doing, in my opinion. But I'm just telling you. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me in the chat. They're doing too much with young Leia, because if she went through all this with Obi-Wan Kenobi, why wouldn't she even reference it in a message? I mean, someone could probably say something like, "Oh, she doesn't want the Empire to know," and she's given a cryptic message, right? You could say that.
It could be a cryptic message, yes.
But it just seems like if she's had this much history, and she's you can tell she has empathy. You can tell she loves Obi-Wan Kenobi. You can tell she feels something. She knows something. She knows so much about the Force. She knows what's going on with people. She's saying, "I know you're lying to me. I know you're doing this, or you're,
But she can use the Force herself.
Right.
But she doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, but she acts like she knows or feels things. This, as a young girl, she's feeling
she knows and feels, but she doesn't know the full extent of the power.
Right.
Of the Force.
Oh, you haven't received a record yet? Okay, we'll check on that. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
Let me go check. You'll get it. We promise.
Yes.
We got, I want to check. I think it was left already. If it hasn't, for any reasons, we'll let you know on the chat. We'll PM you on the chat and let you know if. Did we get that out before we left?
Yeah, we did.
I think we did. But if we didn't for any reason and it fell through the cracks, don't worry, you're getting it.
Yes.
We always send our toys out. Ask everybody in the chat. Everybody gets them.
Yep.
She does recognize Ben Kenobi, and Luke says, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's doing a great job. The actress that's playing young Leia is doing a great job. Carrie Fisher would be very happy with her. She's really given justice to the role. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Are we going to get? Are we going to see more Luke Skywalker? Because they showed him a little bit in that clip. But are we something going to happen with him?
No, I don't think quite yet until probably when he becomes more of a teenager.
That's a good point, Darth Sidious. I wonder why the Inquisitors can't sense the Force in Leia. Yeah, unless she's blocking them.
Somehow she's got to be blocking them, yeah.
Maybe she's blocking them. Because remember they had that scene and she was trying to get in her mind?
Uh-huh.
Maybe they're blocking. Maybe she's blocking them somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I can't wait to see more stuff. I know I thought that you got to see Luke Skywalker's when he was back on Tatooine.
Right.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, you got to see his uncle. But I thought we were going to see more of his aunt more. So, because I know Bonnie Piesse plays that role as well. So I'm hoping we get to see that. Yeah.
You still might.
Yeah. He says Ben instead of Obi-Wan, and she jumps up and says Ben. Okay.
Yeah, she called him Ben.
I don't know. That's my opinion. I worry, guys, because I don't want them to change Star Wars canon as well, just to tell us a story about Obi-Wan Kenobi. But maybe they could explain it. Maybe someone else is talking about it. Maybe by the end they'll have an explanation about it as well before the show ends. Maybe before he gives, you know what? And they might do this right before when he gives young Leia back to her family. Maybe he does something to wipe her memory.
Could be, yeah.
So
he's got that ability to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe that happens. Let's see that would explain it all.
Mm-hmm.
If Ben wipes her memory to try to protect her, he does something like that. If he does that at the end, then all of this is explained.
Yeah.
So guys, watch it. If you're watching, change it and re-edit it if you didn't do that. I'm just joking. Just gave you an idea. All right.
From the bottom.
It's Mike. He says he agrees with me.
Yeah, but
he's worried about it. And Dark One says, I agree, Eric. Even when Ben dies at the hands of Vader, she didn't even have as much agony as Luke did.
Well, yeah, Luke
trained
more.
Well, he trained not really. He trained with him a little.
With him a little bit too.
Very. He didn't know her. He didn't know. He knew him probably as much as Leia. I think.
Probably.
Very short period of time before Ben died.
You have to remember though, when Obi-Wan Kenobi died, he was more powerful dead than he was alive.
Right.
Because you got to remember, he says that.
Right.
Let go. Because let him kill me. I'll be more powerful than he is when I'm alive.
Well, I think the biggest problem in Star Wars, and people aren't admitting it, and they're getting it more together now. Star Wars formed a story group now that oversees everything. I think Pablo or Halanchi or whatever their names are. I'm sorry, guys, I'm tired. Again, I'm jet lagged. But there's a Lucasfilm story group now, and they're trying to keep everything organized more, which is better. Because Star Wars is the greatest saga that was ever told, but it was made up as they went along.
Yeah.
I know people like to say George had all this stuff planned out, but
not really.
He didn't. Trust me.
He didn't.
He wrote a couple things like the Journal of the Wills, stuff like that, and then he jumped into it, and then he kept making it up, and then he let the expanded universe happen, which created a lot of great content too. We got Admiral Thrawn from the Timothy Zahn books, which are he's a brilliant writer, and we got a lot of brilliant stuff coming out in expanded universe that they threw out that they're bringing some back, and we got a lot of great content coming out with the it used to be called the Old Republic, but now they're calling it the High Republic and just changing the name, which is really
Well, they also had one called the New Republic too at one time.
yeah. So
In
they're
the
just
books.
it's just it wasn't well thought out. They're trying to organize it, which is
They're
great.
trying to
now.
organize. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I thank you guys for joining us today. We spent over an hour with you. Thank you guys for being patient with us. Hope you had a fun 1 hour. We'll be back next week on time at 3:00 instead of early like we were today. And we'll have a lot to talk about. We'll talk about Jurassic World Dominion. We'll talk about the latest episodes of Kenobi, the latest episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, latest episode of Ms. Marvel, briefly. And, yeah. And we'll go from there, guys. And I did want to quickly address something before we left today. There's a lot of racist comments going on online, and even Lucasfilm spoke out about it. And we at All for Sci-Fi will reject any kind of racism, period. It's not acceptable in today's society. I just spent a great weekend at FedCon, and my new favorite person in Star Trek is Ian Alexander.
Oh, yeah.
What a great example of a great human being, a great soul. It was great to meet you. She, as she said in the clip, Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
We should all care about one another. We should stop being racist and realize that we're all one people. Love is love. Whoever you are is whoever you are, and stop it. We're done with this kind of people that want to do this. We're going to call you out. We're stronger than you.
Definitely
So,
true.
as my father always told me, do one act of kindness. Be nice. Be a nice guy. Do something nice for somebody. So, I challenge everybody this week to do one good thing, no matter what it is. Even make someone's day somehow, because if you do it, then that person would be happy, and maybe they'll pay it forward.
Yep.
As always, may the force be with you. Live long and prosper. I just spent the weekend with a lot of Star Trek
Yes, we
folks,
did.
and God bless you guys.
Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Stay cool because it's going to get hot all over the West.
It's been hot last
And,
week.
Come back because next week it's just going to be just as good and fun, and he won't be so jet lagged next week. So, and looking strange like he does now. But anyway, have a lot of fun. We'll see you guys next week with new content.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yep.
Arrivederci.
Wiedersehen.
Au revoir. Oh.